My Mythic Legions mystery boxes have finally come. Let's go. Let's see what we got in these mystery boxes, man. I'm so excited. Let's see. Rhylophytus. Okay, for sure the second one we're gonna get in Gallius, a King Noglin, a King Bromden, something like that. Rhylophytus?
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John. This is Josh, and we got a Mythic Legions special for you. Mythic Legions recently teased a little bit of a photo here, this little blurred out picture of who knows what. The Mythic Legions community went crazy. Like, what does this actually mean? What is this going? People had crazy theories. I personally, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's just like a pixelated picture of something, you know?
Yeah, I think that's what everybody thought. That's what I thought too.
So I heard people saying it was like the game, like a tabletop RPG game board. Like, check it out this, check it out that. But I'm not sure exactly who it was. I heard it from Trevor, 1/6 shooter, but there was factions associated to those colors, and they line up pretty exact with the faction flags that are in the land of Mythos. And the Four Horsemen did confirm that that is what they were teasing here. They're teasing all these figures, and people are like, "Whoa, is this all stars? Like, all, figure from all these factions? And you get to choose." And there's more speculation right over it. But ultimately, what the boys over at Four Horsemen Studios, what the friends over at Four Horsemen Studios revealed there is that they are doing the Mysteries of Mythos. This is a blind box surprise packages. Something older, something new. Basically, what you do is you put in an order, and they're going to ship you 2 figures. One, an older figure, one, a newer figure. And you just roll those dice.
And it's they said they're going to retail for $75 each for the pack, and they're going to ship for $10. So that's nice. They're actually kind of, I feel like, kind of subsidizing the shipping a little bit. And I think it's more so because they're just trying to move. I feel like with Cosmic and with Mythic, they probably just don't have enough warehouse space to keep things that are so old. They're just trying to get rid of things at this point, and especially kind of the things that are not selling well. This is just a way for them to get rid of all the things that they can't.
100%. As you kind of guys saw earlier with Josh's little bit there that we started our episode with, more than likely we're going to get a couple of those flocked figures.
For sure. Like, honestly, because it's actually been kind of crazy because, like, I always am in there in the in-stock sales. And what's crazy is even the most recent in-stock sale, like Rhylophytus and Mythoss, which is like the little skunk guy, and the Mossman, the Stinkor and Mossman tribute, they were still there. Like, I think Stinkor eventually sold out. They finally got rid of him, but they must have been at their own All-Stars kicks, like their own All-Stars in-stock sale. They were then at like some, I think they were there at the Alithia in-stock sale, and then just recently with the most recent in-stock sale. Yeah, and they're just trying to get rid of these. For some reason, the tribute figures, the Stinkor and the Mossman tribute figures did. I think what I have actually heard is that the tribute figures, they produce in a larger quantity than any other figure, just because those are the ones that they take on shows. And so I think they just overproduced. And like kind of intentionally, but maybe kind of just a little bit kind of backfired a little bit.
Right. Just a little bit of backfire there for sure. Yeah, I'm 100% with you, man. They're definitely, marketing this as like a, hey, check it out. It's a surprise. You got to roll the dice and see what you get. And especially where they're using the chase figures of older figures to entice you to buy multiples, because even if you want 1 or 2 of these, right, that's 2 blind boxes. You're going to get maybe one of these figures, one of these chase figures here, but you're probably going to get a Rhylophytus as well.
I mean, okay, I'll be honest though. Like, a lot of people, I feel like, I remember when Rhylophytus, when it went in stock, so I picked up like 2 or 3 of these. I picked up a ton of these just because if you rub off the flock, you essentially just have a clean green orc. So like, it's not a bad figure, but you're gonna get a Rhylophytus. Yeah, that's a given. But it's not a bad figure. It's a good figure.
Right. I mean, you're still getting a Mythic Legions figure, but yeah, definitely maybe not the one you were hoping for as your new figure there. So
it's it's not that okay. I'll say because there's pros and cons to this. It's not that bad because I feel like a lot of the Four Horsemen community. We're all interested in popping and swapping and customizing.
True.
So it's not the end of the world to get an extra like Tibius or an extra Sir Owain or an extra Vitus. Like those have really nice pieces, especially the Sir Owain. The Sir Owain lends itself to popping and swapping with so many figures because it's like that nice silver armor. It can go with any of your any figure. So there definitely are some figures that will lend itself to that. But like getting like a Mephitor or like Krotos, some of those pieces maybe are not so swapping and friendly. And you're at least getting like a figure that you don't have. At least a majority of us don't have, right?
True. You're at least getting this some type of chase figure. Okay, you know a little more about Mythic Legions here. Which one is like the true chase, or maybe your chase?
Like the ones I want for sure. Like I'm hoping for here's another point that we should talk about is that like right here, this page, it says these figures shown here have the greatest chance to be included as the chase figure. One chase is guaranteed per box. So if we look at these figures, this is what's most likely going to be your chase. Whereas they were kind of baiting us. If you go back to the first picture, like kind of showing this, and it's no, not that one, the one with all the chases. So they show us this picture, and this has all the chases that you could get, but most likely you're going to get the second slide. And it's kind of like I don't know. It feels a little bit weird, but it's like, who are we to say that they shouldn't profit off of their own products? But then again, it's like, I feel like the Four Horsemen have always kind of done right by us, and they kind of never kind of delved into kind of some sneakier tactics. And I feel like this is kind of the first time that I've kind of seen a sneakier tactic. You know, whether it is like, I love it. To be honest, I love it because there's so many figures here that I don't have. I'm gonna buy like 4 or 5 blind boxes just for the fun of it. It's just gonna be it's fun.
It's fun. It's a
fun concept. It's definitely gonna be a fun time, especially for a lot of newer Legions collectors that no matter what you get, you're gonna get something new, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, 100%.
But it is kind of sneakier just because a lot of these figures are not necessarily tied to people loving the figure. Like for me, I really want Thistlethorn and Faunus, and Faunus is that guy with the wood antlers, and Thistlethorn's the little chipmunk guy, and I would love a King Noglin. Those are kind of the 3 figures that I really want. And Balam with the jaguar head. Oh, I want Balam so bad. But it's more, I feel like they're enticing people not by what you like, but because these figures are so high in the aftermarket, and there's going to be a no limit clause on this. And so this is just going to be like a scalper's dream, and it's not going to necessarily be like for people who like Mythic Legions. It's almost just going to be like people who want to scalp and not trying to fill holes, just trying to buy this so they can get a rare figure and flip it.
Oh, I see.
And because if you even see that eagle thing, dude, that's Egalius. That Egalius figure, that's not even like technically Mythic Legions, dude. That's literally their Gothtropolis line. It's called Gothtropolis, and they did that like tons of years ago. Like, and they are 6-inch figures, and they kind of they reused the Gothtropolis mold, the bird molds in. So it's still part of Mythic Legions, but that mold has never been used in Mythic Legions ever again because it's a Gothtropolis mold. And so that thing just goes for like money, I'm sure. Like I don't even know the prices on these, but I'm sure that because it's like pre-Mythic Legions,
pre-Mythic Legions, right?
Yeah,
right.
Body mold. And so tons of rare figures. But yeah, it's good and bad. I feel weird about it, but I'm also excited about it.
I definitely feel that, like, especially as a longtime fan, you've always kind of felt taken care of. And you're saying, this is the first time we were just like, what are we actually doing here? What are their actual intentions here? Are they actually trying to get fans those chase figures, or are they trying to, dump their backlog of stock? Yeah. Interesting concept for sure. I want to see the openings of all these packages, because I've been hearing people getting like 2-3 boxes, 3 of these mystery boxes. That's gonna be fun. I think just opening up and seeing what you get. And you're right, Mythic Legions lend itself to popping and swapping, and you're always gonna find a use for maybe this part or that part, whatever figure you do get, whether it be a chase or the new figures that they say here. I think you're gonna get something good for sure.
And one thing I do appreciate is that I feel like at least we were done right in a way that they at least gave us that slide of transparency, like at least showing these figures and not leading everybody thinking, oh my gosh, I have the same chance of getting an Egalius as a Nubnik, or here we have like a snag or a gonks. Like, no,
Yeah.
at least they're being transparent, saying you're probably not going to get Egalius, but you might get Noobnik, snag,
Right.
you might get
These ones. Yeah.
Faunus, Dark Elf, Hagnon, you know?
Hagnon. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there is at least I feel like that's at least good from them, that it's not as sleazy as like just showing all those pictures of like King Noglin, the Dwarf King, and being like, you have a huge chance of getting this. No, you don't. In reality, you're probably not going to get it.
Right. Yeah. This is like the few, like maybe one, maybe I would even say like 5, right? Under 5 people are going to get these. What do you think in regards to like stock of these figures?
I don't know, just because I feel like the numbers fluctuated so much. And if you look at in the bottom right hand corner, there's a dwarven character named Torgon Redfin, and he became super popular on the aftermarket. And it's kind of funny because he was the least bought character in when they first solicited the wave. And that's often how these things work, is like the character that's actually least popular, the one that's like that one's ugly, usually becomes the rarest because they produce so little in that number. Whereas the most popular character kind of doesn't hold as much value because it's made in mass numbers.
Interesting. And now
and so
it just reverses its popularity.
Yeah, and so the Torgon Redfin is like was already so. This is what I heard directly from the Horseman, that it was so produced so little that I wonder how they even have like extra Torgon Redfins. I'm just like, yeah, I'm also wondering like, where do these figures come from? Are they?
Like, they said,
yeah,
they found them in the warehouse. I mean, that's just a very generic, corporal speak. Just like we found it in the warehouse, right? Like the pins, but they maybe did.
No, I believe that. I believe that just because.
Yeah.
No, I believe that because like I have so many toys and so many boxes, and I'm not even like at the scale they are. Like think about the scale they are.
True. Yeah.
I lose figures and I'm like, dude, I'm like, what the heck? I bought this? Yeah. Yeah. Like I freaking bought this. And sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, I think I bought it again. And sometimes I buy like 2 Marvel Legends figures and it was the same figure. I'm like, what the heck? No, I believe they found it in the back, dude.
That's happened to me. I once bought twice. I bought the record. So like I collected vinyl for a little bit. And I bought the Modest Mouse Good News for People Who Love Bad News twice. And both times I picked it up, I was like, no way, this is here. And then found out later, why do I have 2 of these? Okay. And that maybe they went and did some inventory, right? They were moving their warehouses.
Yeah, they're just trying to clean up. They're just like, we got to get rid of this things. And then they found a bunch of stuff.
All right, they found a case here, a case there, half a case there.
They always kind of kept a little stock of every figure to kind of bring to shows, like just randomly.
That's true.
And so, but what's also weird is like probably about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, they used to do these like random weekly in stock sales. And these were like weekly. And there would be like just a couple figures, like a couple old figures, and they had like limited qualities and they would literally sell out in a second. And a lot of those figures that you see there, the chase figures, like were part of that. So I'm like, it's kind of weird how they just keep popping up. Like I always thought like when they did those weekly sales,
that was
it was kind of like this, but I think they caught on and were like, well, why are we doing these weekly sales when we can also get rid of our Brylophilises? Because before this, that's what they did. And it was really cool. Like it was like, they're like, we're doing this weekly sale. You don't know what's going to be there. And then you just refresh. And then dude, King Bromden would be there. And I freaking got King Bromden, the Dwarf King, randomly. Boreas, that little boar character, I got him from that sale. So it's like, I was able to pick up a couple of these figures, and also I kind of knew what I was getting because I was able to put it in my cart and buy it specifically because I love that pig dude, and I gotta have the Dwarven King,
Yeah.
And so, like, just seeing that's how it used to be done, and then now I feel like the line's just gotten bigger, and they just kind of grown maybe faster than they can keep up. That now that this is happening, because this wasn't always how it used to be.
Right, this is the new mysteries of Mythos. Right, that was the old way was the previous mysteries of Mythos.
Well, no, yeah, it was a mystery. Yeah, you're right. It was a mystery because you didn't know what was going to be there, but you knew you could select what figure you wanted.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting move for sure. I'm actually kind of tempted again with that flat rate of $10 shipping. That helps us for sure on the West Coast. That helps us as West Coast collectors. That helps us so much. And apparently they said that this is just a one-time thing for Mysteries and Mythos that they worked out with their shipping company that they use. And so they are able to work out a deal of just $10 shipping. So then, which again incentivizes people to buy more of these, right? You can just get 4 or 5, $10 shipping. It's flat no matter what. So
They got me there, guys. I don't know how many
I know,
I'm gonna buy
right?
of these. I don't know how
That
many I'm gonna buy. Just with the
that like
chance to get the King Noglin, dude. I don't know.
it really helps us over here on the West Coast for sure to just get that flat $10 shipping. Doesn't matter what you order, what you're getting. It's just gonna be $10. I love that. I love it. And it's tempting.
It is tempting, and also I think the price is right. Like with that $10, and it's gonna be $75, and normally figures are $37 each. So it's technically $1 more than if you buy them. Like it's just basically retail
Individually.
price. Yeah, it's retail price. It's just
Yeah.
$1 extra. But I think one I think just counterpoint, because there's some amazing figures here. Like, oh my gosh, like if we go back to the first slide, like that Grisha the Slitherer, that kind of looks like the
Yeah.
Russian.
Yeah.
That guy's, I want that guy so bad.
Grisha's.
The Blood Orc, Balam, like, or freaking, I can't remember his name. Oh, Thump, dude. Thump is my favorite goblin. The guy with the underbite. You see them on the bottom?
Where's the
On the
Oh, this
bottom
guy right here?
Thump, dude, he has the underbite. He's so cool. And even Gonks. Gonks is so cool. The reason why Gonks is really cool is Gonks is an orc, but they put him on a dwarven body because he's like a brute. Like he's a brute orc. You know what I'm saying? So he's so cool. He's the only orc on a dwarven body. He's like he's the biggest orc, but he's just a dwarf body. So nice. And there's just so many nice figures. But I guess one thing, kind of, if you don't get the chase figure you want, or these sell out, I feel like All Stars is probably a better avenue. Like I feel like they might re-release some of these figures in All Stars. So I'm wondering, like, I wouldn't say go too crazy. Like people are maybe like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna buy 50 so I can get Nigalius. Like probably they won't ever re-release again, but they might re-release like Boreas or King Noglin or King Bromden.
Well, not re-release, but like update them, right?
Definitely, especially because I feel like King Noglin and King Bromden, I feel like those guys, are almost guaranteed to get a second reissue or an update, because they're so important to the mythology of Mythos, because they're the kings of their people. Like, how are you gonna have a bunch of goblins and not have King Noglin? How are you gonna have a bunch of dwarves and not have King Bromden? You know what I'm saying?
That just happened with the Rising Suns, right?
Exactly. Yeah, they re-released. What's his name?
Yeah, the king, the fallen king, or whatever.
The He-Man guy. Yeah, the one that kind of looks like He-Man. But yeah, so for sure those two will, and even like Talon Frostbow. If you look at that, like next to King Noglin, she's like the queen of the Frost Elves. Talon Frostbow. She's like the blue one in between Noglin and Thump.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll get like a second kind of update.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, there's gonna be that trend for sure with the updated Valiant Nightbody. Like, there's just gonna be some updates.
Yeah, we'll see though, because it also kind of. But then I also kind of think back to what one of the Forcemen said one time, where they're like, we kind of want to start moving away from the All Stars. Like they said, they don't want to do All Stars anymore. So like, I do say, we might get these in All Stars, but then the Horsemen were also saying, we don't want to keep reissuing old figures. Like we want to make our new stuff. Like they don't want to put out stuff they've already put out. So then again, so it's like, I don't know, should I buy 10 or should I buy just like 1 or 2 and wait for the reissues on the All Stars? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I honestly, like, as more of a Cosmic Legions fan, I'm only like 1 or 2 for me, right? At the very most. But I feel like if you're definitely a new Mythic Legions fan, you're really wanting to get these older figures, they're crazy expensive. Like, this is a big alternative, big opportunity for you. That's true. And you're gonna get something you don't have.
You know what? You're right. I don't think this is sleazy at all, because you're right. Honestly, I'm dumb, actually. I'm dumb, guys. Because this is not bad, because you're right. They're technically still giving us these crazy expensive figures for retail for $37. Like they're actually not profiting at all. The only thing they're doing is just getting rid of a Mephitor and a Bryophytus. You know what? I misspoke, guys. They're not doing anything wrong here. This is actually a service to us. You're right. In the end, this is a service, because people that never even had a chance to get these at least have, even if it's a 5% chance to get King Noglin, you got a 5% chance, and
take it.
Yeah, and if we go back to the figures that are like most likely to be there, not that not that one, that one, the most likely ones, those are still some solid figures. Like, I would say
these are great figures.
I would say the only one that's not good in the sense that it's not a good figure, but it's just too, I think, recent of a release, is the frog visor in the top right hand corner. That's from the Aether wave. Like, that's a fairly recent figure. Everything else, I would say, years ago, like years ago.
Yeah, I'm digging this gladiator here. This guy looks cool. I'd love to get that guy. I love this goblin here, this orc thing.
Snag, yeah.
Yeah, this guy's cool.
And then Gonks too, guys. Gonks is such a good figure. Love me the Gonks.
Yeah, and what about Hagnon? What are your thoughts on Hagnon? Because we just got blue Hagnon.
Yeah, that's why I'm not feeling that either. I'm not really feeling that. But the one I need, the only one I really want is that Faunus. That Faunus, guys. I gotta get that Faunus. If you get the Faunus, give me that Faunus. I'll trade.
Trade. Yeah,
I'll trade because that's also another thing. So like, if we go back to I have actually a couple of these just from when they, and it's kind of funny because I feel like when they used to do those weekly in stock sales, they were like these exact figures. Believe it or not, I kid you not, John. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of weird. Like, and like I said, these weekly in stock sales, if you haven't been in the game that long, they happened like 3 or 4 years ago, and there was literally every Saturday, like random figures would drop. It was like the summer of like 2020 or 2021, like that. Okay. And it was like these exact figures, because I remember I was so pissed that I couldn't get I missed out on the Thistlethorn, the King Noglin. But like a lot of these guys I got from those weekly in stock sales already.
Dang. Interesting.
Yeah.
Good thing for you though, Faunus is in the most likely to come.
Yeah. I need that Faunus. Yeah, because like Stag and Gonks and the I can't remember the Red Devil girl. I got those 3 from those weekly in stock sales already. But no, the Faunus. I was okay. If you had to pick, like, because you're the most likely ones you're gonna get. Yeah. Pick 3 that you want.
These 2 boys.
Yeah, I love goblins.
Love the goblins.
Snag.
I'll take. See, if this gladiator had like the skin tone, I'd take him without the armor. Well, without the armor and stuff. I like more of just this base.
Dude, that's Doomfist, bro. And they say that is
Doomfist. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I'd take those 3 as my top 3 of the most likely to get.
So the Black Gladiator and the 2 goblins.
Black Gladiator, 2 goblins. Yeah.
Okay. If I get a goblin, if I get Stagger Gonks, we'll trade because I got those.
Okay.
And then for me, I would really like, of course, number 1, Faunus. I love that guy, especially because we kind of got a lot of Xylanus Flock characters. Like we just got Artemis Silvercord. Yeah. And I feel like he just goes so well with like the woodland creatures.
He himself is a woodland creature.
Yeah, well, that's what he's part of Xylanus Flock. That's what I'm saying. Like I like creatures. Like I like the unique head sculpts. I don't like getting the same knight heads just repainted. Like this is a unique sculpt that only is for Faunus. Like it's never been made ever again. Okay. And then I would go Dark Elf. I love me them Dark Elves, dude. Ever since I watched that community. No, the one above Faunus. Yes. Give me that Dark
Elf. Ever since you watched Community?
From the Community Dungeons and Dragons
episode. The bad episode from Ken Jong.
When Chang was as a Dark Elf, dude. I need that Dark Elf. I do have an affinity for Dark Elves. I think they're really cool. Okay. So Dark Elf second, and then
who's your third?
Probably, I think I can't remember his name. It's like I can't remember his name, but the skeleton bro. The skeleton bro at the top, because he's like important. Like he's important to the Mythoss characters. I just can't remember his name right now. Okay. But him.
It's like a mouth of Sauron sort of looking thing.
Yeah. That's cool. And they're usually they're usually named after like a bone. There's like tibius, mandible, like crazy things like that. Yeah. But yeah, I'll just take that row.
Okay. You take that top row. Not bad. Friends, let us know down below what you're expecting or what you would like as your chase figure, your most likely chase figure. Of course, here are all the chases that you could get for sure. We'll see who gets these, because there's going to be people out there that do get these.
No, and I think, like anybody in the Mythic Legion community that opens these, I would like film it and post it. I would love to see like what people get. Like if somebody gets a Grisha the Slither, if somebody gets a King Noglin, like that would be insane. Like
it's huge, man.
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah, people need to open it and see what they get. But from the wide page, just pick like what would you want here? All the rare stuff. Yeah, here
from the super rares. I'm gonna have to go with the boar.
Dude, I have him. He's one of the best figures of all time. Boreas. Absolutely so beautiful.
The look, the colors, and the fact that again it's like a big old boar, humanoid boar. I dig that.
He has hooved feet. Comes with a battle axe. He comes with a battle axe with a bone handle. He's honestly one of my favorite figures. That's a good choice.
It's a bebop. It's a Bebop.
For reals. No, like if I didn't have that figure, I legit think that would be my number one pick too.
Okay, what's your number one of the true chases, the super rares, ultra rare? Who you got?
Thistlethorn. Thistlethorn is that little chipmunk guy.
Okay,
I know we got
Where is he?
Mephitor. Mephitor is the skunks, the stinkor, which is probably what everyone's gonna get. He's technically just a repaint of him,
Right. Okay.
but just the woodland creature color scheme,
Green and
chipmunk.
brown. Yeah.
Yeah, man. To go, I need that. The Faunus and the Thistlethorn. Oh, come on, I need those two.
All righty then. All right, last little thing here before we wrap up our show here. With this sale, the Mysteries of Mythos, which will go live Monday, April 22nd this year. These are in stock. It's basically an in-stock sale, just the mystery version of it. So they will be shipping as soon as you get those orders in. And hopefully they can get them out as fast as they can. They do a pretty good job at getting those orders out, regardless of where you're living at.
Yeah, I don't know how, like, it's crazy too, because like I feel like they're always like giving us updates and like, oh, people just be patient. I'm like, dude, I don't know who's complaining because they're so fast with it.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I feel like some people are so impatient that they're like a day later they're emailing the Horseman Studios like, where's my package? You guys need to chill, dude.
They're emailing Diego like, where's my package, man? Did you ship my order yet?
They're emailing Chris Gaywich all day. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you do see them on the Cabal sometimes. Or just being like, hey, has anyone gotten this part of their order? But some of them, like a lot of people in the comment be like, just wait, just chill. Like, so they do get corrected in a way of just being like told, hey, by the community, just relax, because there are just people that just anxious. Some people
it's
just
so
have
weird
that
because
anxiousness.
I just feel like I've gotten so patient just because whenever I do order away from the Four Horsemen, dude, I wait like over a year to get anything. So I'm like, an extra 2 weeks, I don't give a crap. I've waited like over 365 days.
And maybe it's the new collectors, right? Coming in expecting their big bad order to ship,
Dude, like Cosmic Legions Wave 1, I think I waited like over
2 years
for that.
Yeah,
like 2.5 years for that wave, dude.
Yeah. But just another update here. Yeah. So they should be shipping as soon as we get those orders in. Be patient, friends. They will ship. They do a great job of it. Cosmic Legion's output Zaxxas, this production is completed, so we should be expecting those to be on their boat in the ocean coming over here. And then Mythic Legion's Necronominus, they're expecting a mid 2024. So that's kind of cool.
Maybe that's why they're clearing house for that Necronominus wave, because it was, when it was solicited, the biggest wave they've ever made, right? Of course,
that's true.
Of course, Rising Suns surpassed
the new one, yeah.
But Necronominus was still such a large wave, and I wonder if. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, I feel like that's when we started this YouTube channel, was with Necronominus. That was kind of our first Mythic Legions, the Legion Landing stuff we were doing. So it's kind of cool that we're now coming to them being in hand.
Yeah, and I wonder if this will be the end of like those figures, because like I said, everybody thought, even me, thought like when they did those weekly sales like 4 years ago, that like that was it. Like, why would they hold back anything? Like, because they put like they're like, oh, we have limited number. They're like, we limited number we found,
Yeah.
And then more pop up randomly. I'm just like, I wonder if this is it, or if maybe down the line we're gonna get another something else. Why they find another box?
This could very well be it.
I think so too. I have a feeling it's more about like the last time it was more about just trying to help community members, and this one's more about we gotta move. We gotta move product. Yeah,
I agree. I think this is the final. This has a finality to it where it's just like, we need to get all of this out, so we're just gonna throw this in boxes and ship them out to people, right? I mean, they probably took that into consideration. They were probably like, okay, what box do we need for 2 figures, right? And what's the shipping on that? Where do we break even on those? They kind of run those numbers on that and be like, okay, 2 figures per box at this price point gets us everything out. And so like, all right, just run it. And so just because again, it's literally, you're not buying anything. All you're buying is a box with 2 figures in it. And so they're just going to ship everything. They're just going to put anything they want in those figures. It's not going to matter. So it's not only is it fast shipping, but it's also just going to clear out things.
That's true. You're probably going to get these really quick because they don't need to pack anything up.
Yeah.
They're just going to print a label, slap it, and move it.
Literally, I bet it's just 2 figures.
So we'll probably get it
label.
very fast.
Yeah. There's no like, okay, well, this order has this many figures. This one has that many figures. Okay, now we got to go get those from here. It's literally just ding, 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 ding.
But
I don't know. I worked in a warehouse for a little bit, so like shipping when you had smaller things that were already boxed up, so much faster.
But did I hear you correctly? You said if I order like 10 blind boxes, I'm only gonna pay $10, or
$10 flat shipping.
If I buy 10 boxes, it's only $10.
$10.
I wonder how they're gonna factor that in. Like, are they gonna put the 10 little boxes in a bigger box?
I don't know.
See
that's a good question. That's a good question.
I feel like they would lose money on that.
They would.
I wonder if it's $10 per double.
Let's take a quick break and let's find out. I'm pulling up their post. All right. Where's the $10 shipping? They're celebrating the 10-year anniversary with this. That's what they said, starting April 22nd. Okay, and to make this even cooler, we have negotiated special pricing with our carriers for this sale, and we will be offering a flat rate shipping option for $10 for U.S. orders. Order as many surprise packages as you want and take advantage of this special $10 shipping offer.
So is it?
Yeah, it's a flat $10.
I like how they had to specify. Like, we see some people say that they're going to buy 36 boxes so they can get one of each figure. They're like, that's not how this works.
Yeah,
they said we only even have like half of a case of certain figures, like not even a full case.
I'm saying, like under 5, under 10 for sure. Yeah, no, it's $10 flat shipping, no matter how much you buy. It's crazy. They might even eat the cost. I mean, they could eat the cost potentially.
It's true, and it's almost just like they just need warehouse space. They're probably losing money just keeping it sitting there.
True. So why not just lose money by getting it out?
Yeah.
All right, friends. Josh, you want to say anything before we head out?
I think I might get 10. I think I might get 10 at that $10 shipping.
It's nice. It is nice for sure. So, shout out to the 4 Horsemen, man, for keeping it interesting, keeping us on our toes, and just having fun with their figures. And
it is going to be a lot of fun because, like, if anybody's like a card collector, like a Pokemon collector or Yu-Gi-Oh or any sports cards, that feeling you get when you open that pack and you get to the back where it's the holographic or not. You get that Charizard EX. It's like it's a solid really nice feeling. So imagine you pull that King Noglin out, or you pulled out that Grisha the Slither out. It's gonna be insane,
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. And best of luck, Josh. Hopefully the
Faunus.
The odds are ever in your favor.
Yeah.
Helios herself prays down on you. But yeah, so friends, thank you for tuning in on this little Mythic Legions Mystery of Mythos special. Check us out here for our Legions Landing shows, friends. And as always, friends, keep collecting, keep playing. May the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.